the sound of the waves while you're at the beach, or the sounds of children at the playground, or the sounds of traffic. Why would you ever want to block all this out? And who are these people who use earphones that plug up their ears anyway? No thank you, just leave my ears alone. Does that sound familiar to you? Everybody who asks me for Bluetooth earbud recommendations who are not in the hobby say all of these things or some variation of them. But you know what they don't say? They also want to enjoy their music, and that means bass. Unfortunately, the laws of physics state that if you've got a teeny tiny driver and you've got a hole in that driver and you can't seal off your ear canal, then you're not going to get bass. Well, not exactly. If you're indoors in a nice quiet environment, the bass response of the Sony Link Buds was a lot more than I thought it would be, but still not quite as much as in-ear earphones. But that's okay, there's an EQ in the app, it works brilliantly. You can bring up the bass or you can tone down the treble, keep it all in balance. And when you do, you realize that the sound quality of this thing is actually really good. You gotta understand, it's limited to AAC and it's got a hole in the middle of the driver, and it still manages to sound better than 90% of the Bluetooth earbuds on the market. Vocals, instruments, they're all represented nicely, clearly, and they're all separated well. Soundstage for the music is about as big as you'd expect it for any kind of earbuds, but imaging, which is the ability to pinpoint where each instrument is coming from, is actually not bad. The problem starts the moment you step outside, because when you step outside, even if there's a reasonable amount of ambient noise like there is on this relatively empty street, it's really hard to listen to your music because the fact is, the Link Buds just don't get loud enough. And taking calls in anything but silence is all but impossible because it feels even quieter. Which begs the question, if a Bluetooth earbud is not able to do what a Bluetooth earbud is supposed to do in so many scenarios, then is it basically pointless? You know what's not pointless though? Hitting that like button, because you get brownie points with me. And also, if you like the content, hitting subscribe will give you more of this for free. Unlike the Sony Link Buds, which cost $160. Which brings us back to, is it basically pointless? Well, not completely. It's still very usable indoors, and you can be doing your work, listening to your music, and still keep a ear out for the doorbell or for your kids who might be trying to call you. And the form factor of the device, both the case and the earbuds, make it so flush with your ear and so lightweight that if you get the fit right, you could even forget that you're wearing them. But really, while we've all been obsessed with that hole in the middle, I think we may have neglected the coolest feature of the Link Buds. Actually, the coolest feature to come to Bluetooth earbuds, period. Now, because the Link Buds are so tiny, touch controls can get a little fiddly. So what Sony's done is actually made the entire side of your face a tap interface. You can quite literally tap on or around your ear and play or pause music or change tracks, and it works brilliantly, almost flawlessly. The key word being almost. You see, because the Link Buds are looking for vibrations to sense your taps, it doesn't always work when there's a lot going on. For example, while I'm speaking, or if I was out on a run, it can't differentiate taps from everything else, so it doesn't pick them up. Unless you straight up slap yourself. I know, because I tried, and that is what it takes. In fact, it's changed the song right now. This is a good one. Okay, that is cool, but it's yet another feature that is situational. You've still got a Bluetooth earbud that does not work in many situations, and you've got features on that earbud that also do not work in certain situations. So why do the Sony Link Buds even exist? What is the point here? Well, when Sony first came out with the Link Buds, they said that it was a device that was meant to be worn for extended periods of time, and it's also meant to bridge your online and offline worlds. I didn't know what that meant, but I saw what they were getting at. A small, thin, light device that can all but disappear in your ears if you get the fit right. Plus, that hole in the middle makes sure that you're not blocked from the outside world, and it sounds more natural. A device that you can wear for a long period of time. But then I came across this article. Sony has joined hands with Niantic. And Niantic is the company responsible for Pokemon Go, an augmented reality game that's played out in the real world, where the app uses the lens on your cell phone to superimpose digital elements onto real-world objects. It's kind of fun and it's fascinating, and the applications go well beyond gaming. But Sony wants to work with Niantic on another game called Ingress, and they want to use the Link Buds along with their 360-degree spatial audio to give you cues, audio cues from the game, but in real life. I imagine this sort of application could be extended for someone who's differently abled, perhaps someone who has impaired vision. This will give them auditory cues while still not disconnecting them from the world. And that is fascinating, because this might be our first glimpse into seeing what Sony's plan is to push augmented reality tech further, using both its know-how of wearable tech and sound. I mean, say what you want about Sony, whether you like them or not, you gotta admit, they are not afraid to put their best foot forward and try crazy, wacky new things. They've done it before. The Walkman, the CD, the Sony PlayStation, the LDAC Bluetooth codec for high-res audio. There's so many things they've done that have changed the face of tech. Is this going to be the next one? Or is this going to go the way of the Betamax? Well, there's only one real way to find out. I'll be right here waiting, watching, reviewing, and hopefully if you hit that subscribe button, you'll be here with me. Till next time, stay happy, stay peaceful, stay colorful. Namaste.